So what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. Gonna do a little bit of a different video today. It's not sawmilling, but it has something to do with wood, and we're gonna go on an adventure looking for fat wood. How many of you know what fat wood is? Raise your hand. What fat wood is comes from pine trees, and basically when a pine tree is in the forest or wherever, at some point it dies or something kills it. So what happens, they're full of all that sap and turpentine and whatnot, and so when the tree dies, all that turpentine and sap settles into the middle part of the tree, or the knot areas where the limbs meet and that kind of thing, and so it sets up and dries and becomes real hard or real oily, and it's flammable. And so fat wood is a term for it, and it's also called lighter knot. And if anybody else has another name for it, please leave it in the comments, because I'm interested in knowing what the other names might be that refer to fat wood or the resin in the middle of the tree. And so a friend of mine up in Illinois, it's not quite as readily available, I guess, up there, and he asked me if I could get him some fat wood, and I said sure, no problem. So we're gonna go today, and I've got a piece I found up in the woods, and it's I think it's a pretty good piece. It's in the ground somewhat, so we're gonna go up there and get it out. And I also found next to it is a log laying on the ground that will show you exactly how fat wood works. The edge of the log is started to rot and breaking off of the main part of it where the fat wood is, and you'll be able to see that. It's pretty cool, it's interesting. But like I say, fat wood is used for many purposes for starting fires. I use it in my wood burning stove to get my fire going. Just take a little piece and you light it, and I'll do that here in a little bit on a video. And you light it in there and it burns a long time. It has a heavy black soot, an oily soot that comes off of it. So if you use it in a grill or whatnot, you only need a little piece, and just to let that burn off quick, so you don't get soot in the food or a pine flavor. People take it camping. It's great. It starts wet. It's easy to start when it's wet. So a lot of people take it camping. A lot of hikers take it. Outdoors people take it with them, little pieces to start fires pretty easy. So I'll show you how I get it, and then I chop it up, cut it up in sections, and then I use a hatchet to chop it up and make little pieces out of it that you can use. So stay with me. We'll go on a little bit of an adventure. All right, so we got the piece of fat wood I found yesterday. It took me a few minutes to find it again because my mark that I had stuck in the ground fell over. But we found it, and so this is it right here. And if you see, it's in the ground, but it's solid, and so that indicates to me that that's fat wood. So I'm gonna dig it out of there and get a little better look at it. So that's a great piece of fat wood right there. This whole thing is fat wood. That log's been laying down there for who knows how long, and it's as solid as can be, which indicates to me that that's good fat wood. So I'm going to carry this back to down to where my chainsaw is going to be, and I can cut it up in sections. I'm going to try to clean it off just a little bit because it has dirt on it. I don't want to run my chainsaw through that dirt. That's the quickest way to dull a chain. So that's good fat wood. So we'll do that, and then I'll start cutting it up. But first I want to show you guys how this kind of develops. So turn the camera off for just a second. So what I'm going to show you now, this is one tree that's probably a beetle kill that fell over, a beetle kill pine tree right here. And there's going to be fat wood in that eventually. It's in there now. You just have to let the rest of the tree rot away from it. But this is what it looks like when it starts to do all that and the rest of the tree rots away from it. It starts looking like this, and the very center of that is really hard in there, and it's going to be fat wood. And this right here is a piece of that. You can tell because it's solid. Right there is very solid, and that is fat wood. So the rest of this tree will rot away from it, and you'll have a long piece laying here, and that piece will be there for a very long time. So just wanted to show you guys what fat wood, where it comes from. Let's get to chopping. This puts it into perspective how long this piece of fat wood is. It's probably a good 6 feet long, and it is solid. That thing weighs 70 or 80 pounds, and there's gonna be some good stuff comes out of that, so hang on. That smells just like pine saw. That's all the fat wood. It smells good. This will give you a great look at the fat wood. This is just caked and caked with that rosin. And like I said, it smells like pine saw, but this is all the flammable. This is what burns. Okay, so I'm gonna light just a little bitty piece of this the size of it. This is the lighter. These are very common. Everybody knows what these are, and this just shows the size. And I'm just gonna light it. So it's very flammable, and if you can see the, I don't know if you can see the heavy black soot that's coming off of it, but that's what it produces when it lights. And this will burn for a good while. It's got that heavy soot coming off of it. If you take this and you just put it in your fireplace or your wood burning stove or your campfire or fire pit, whatever. And if anybody knows any other use for it, let me know. I'm interested. But like I say, this stuff will burn for a long time. And it's just basically burning off the turpentine or terpene or whatever they call it that's just locked into the wood. Well, good deal. Got about half that log done and ended up with 5 gallons of fat wood. Probably have another 4 to 5 gallons still to go. Just using a piece to light a fire. This will last a pretty good while, so as you can see, it goes a long way. Just thanks for watching. I hope you learned a little bit about fat wood. Like I said, if you have any comments, leave them in the comments section. If you know anything else that it's called besides fat wood and lighter knot, put that in the comments as well. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. We have sawmilling videos. Don't like asking that, but it helps the channel out if you just hit that subscribe button. So, and thank you to all our veterans and public safety people, and God bless.